everyone, this is Gabby Bauman. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play the Korean card game Hwa Tu, spelled Hwatu. My grandma gave me these cards and she taught me how to play, so I don't know any Korean, so I don't know the Korean words for the cards, but I will teach you how she taught me. Feel free to take a screenshot of this visual right here, and I'm just gonna go through the points on each of these cards and you can write them down. These cards here with the red marking and here, those are called gwang and they're worth 20 points. These are gwang. Okay, so next you have the less complicated design, which is worth 10 points, which would be any of these banners with the lettering on it, not the plain banners. Any banners or animals, so here, the bird, and this one right here is worth 10. And this one right here with the writing. Anything with writing, these flags, or animals is worth 10. And then the last 2 point categories are any plain flags, which is worth 5. Anything that's just a basic design like these flowers is not worth anything. Okay, so once again, I have point value going high to low. This is the second half of the deck. First, we'll start with the gwangs. There's 2, a crane and moon. Then we have the 10 points with any of the animals. So bird here, boar here, and the 3 birds here. The 5 points, which are these plain banners here. And then everything else, so these here, they're worth nothing, but they're still in these categories. All right, the next part of Hwa Tu that you need to learn how to do is shuffle. Now, shuffling is probably the hardest part besides memorizing the point values and categories. I still can't do it at all very well from lack of practice. The idea is you pull the cards out like this while you're pulling from the other side and putting it back on top. And people who can actually do it can do it really fast. Okay, so the next step is dealing the cards, and the person who didn't shuffle would deal the cards. It's just me, but usually it's a 2-player game. So you're going to start dealing 4 cards face down, then 3 cards face up in the middle, then 3 cards face down, 3 cards face up in the middle, and that's it. So the premise of the game is to match your cards that you get on your deal to the cards in the middle. Match the categories. You can take your card and whatever one you take with it. So you're trying to get the most points. This is the highest point card in this mix, so I would want to get that if I did, and I do, so I just got 20 points. So when you take a card from the pile, you have to flip one over in the middle. You always have to have 6 cards playing in between the 2 players. It would be the next player's turn, and for learning purposes, I put this card here. The next player goes and has this gwang moon card. They would take it and then flip a card over. So this back and forth turn of trying to collect the most points continues until there are no more cards left in this pile. I've run into the common problem of nothing that I have matching on anything on here. So if I couldn't do that, I would simply flip over a pile. And I still don't have any, so it's the next player's turn. After you finish the game, it's time to count the points. This is what player 1 got in that round. To count the points, you count all of the values that I told you at the beginning of the game, what they were worth, and then if you get a set of all 4 of a design, which happens 3 times here, then you get an extra 15 points. In total, player 1 got 130 points, and player 2 came out with 155 points. Notice the sets of 4 here. There's 4 sets of 4, each worth 15 extra points. So player 2 won by 25 points. This is how you play a very simple version of various different versions of the Hwa Tu Korean card game. There's more complicated ways, there's easier ways, but this is the way my grandma taught me. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and you learned something helpful and fun.